All right, I think we will go ahead and get started. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to our ISV Partner Webinar. My name is Sydney Lai, and I work as an ISV Partner Manager here at ServiceNow. Before we get started, I wanted to cover some quick housekeeping guidelines for the audience. We do recommend reducing your browser to be able to view the whole screen for the On24 platform. Firstly, the webinar will last between 40 minutes to an hour, and you will be muted for the duration of the webinar. But if you wish to ask a question, you can do so using the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. If time permits, we'll answer your questions at the end of the webinar, but if not, we'll come back to you with an email to answer your questions. Lastly, the webinar will be recorded, and you'll receive a link to the recording shortly after the live webinar today. If you wish to do so, you can forward this webinar on to your colleagues that were not able to join. With that said, I'm delighted to be joined today by PlatCore to discuss their learning management solution. I've had the privilege of working with PlatCore for the last 4 years since they have been a partner in our ecosystem. We've had tremendous success working with PlatCore with both our customer base as well as our account executives and solution consultants. We have a very tight relationship with them and helping to tell the better together story between ServiceNow and PlatCore. PlatCore has reached elite status through our partner program, and they have built a completely native application on the Now platform, which our customers can use within their ServiceNow instance, which is available on the ServiceNow store. And if you're not a ServiceNow customer, they do have an OEM offering, so you can use it as a standalone solution. With that, I'd like to introduce John Becker, the founder and CEO of PlatCore, to lead today's webinar.
Thanks, Sid, and thank you to ServiceNow for hosting us. Again, my name is John Becker, and I've been in various technology, operations, product development roles for over 25 years, but I've also been in the ServiceNow ecosystem for around 8 years and was with 2 separate ServiceNow customers before we've created our partnership with ServiceNow and PlatCore. So PlatCore was founded in 2016 to become an ISV partner focused specifically on ServiceNow. And we're headquartered in Denver, Colorado, although we have employees throughout the US. And we're also focused on learning tech. That is our core. And we have users on 6 continents, but we also have a multilingual product. And we love serving both the US and global markets. And we serve a variety of industries, including the public sector, manufacturing, medical, financial services, retail, and much more. I'm excited to have the opportunity to share what we're seeing in the hybrid workplace and what the market is telling us. As an ed tech provider, we have a front row seat to some amazing changes also happening at an amazing pace. So I'd like to give a bit more context about us and our unique place and partnership with ServiceNow on the Now platform. So PlatCore is a fully featured learning management system that's built directly into your ServiceNow instance. And here's just a few reasons why that's important. First, we help you consolidate. So as a native application, PlatCore allows you to extend the world-class security, flexibility, reporting, and scalability of the Now platform to your learning solution. So you can deploy staff or external customer or external partner or vendor training directly from your ServiceNow instance. So ServiceNow is called the platform of platforms, and it acts as an important hub and a powerful integrator for other systems as well. And next, we help you automate. So this is one of the key benefits we'll be discussing. But using ServiceNow, we help automate repetitive training tasks and give you access to data to proactively manage your training budgets. But also streamline training you can streamline training in a repeatable and consistent manner. And this helps you offer better end user experiences. And we'll show you what this means to both your organization and also to your employees. And finally, we offer great consumer-grade learning experiences and can help you centralize your training catalogs and curate learning, all to make learning simple, easy, and fun for your end users. So we're using the ServiceNow platform to help put really powerful technology and service to people. So before I jump into the agenda, here's a little bit how we fit into the Now platform. So applications built on Now have a really unique place in the ServiceNow ecosystem. These applications extend the capability of the platform, while ServiceNow protects all the good stuff we've come to expect from the platform, like scalability, performance, and reliability. And PlatCore is a native learning management application at the top right, so we sit on your existing platform like any other ServiceNow module. And this works just like an app you download to your phone and leverages all your phone's functionality. Similarly, PlatCore is downloaded into your own ServiceNow instance from the store, and it instantly has access to all the power of the platform. So being a fully featured learning management system, PlatCore leverages the native access to any data on the platform, and then you can act on any of that data across the enterprise. You can also see what it means to be native and to connect to other applications above and how we tie to other modules too. So some of the modules that our customers are using to connect their learning include IT, security, customer service, as well as employee workflows. But the list goes on to talk about safe workplace apps or vendor management or legal operations and far more. You can also leverage your learning solutions inside your own custom applications and workflows specific to your organization. So in short, our LMS allows you to streamline learning into your existing business processes, and you can put that learning into the flow of work. So now that we have a little context about PlatCore and how it fits into the platform and ecosystem, we're going to focus on 3 items today. First, we'll define the hybrid workplace and what we're seeing in the market. And next, we're going to talk about how training helps. So we'll also include a short demonstration to address some specific use cases and give you a little bit more context into our product as well. And finally, we're going to show you the power of native connected learning and how this makes supporting your hybrid workplace easy. So the world of work is definitely evolving quickly. So what is this hybrid workplace anyway? Well, the hybrid workplace has created a new set of needs for employees, and those that are returning to the workforce, those that are returning to the workplace, or even those that are happily remote. These new needs are dynamic, and they change by location, by role, or timing, and they continue to evolve. So the ability to meet and communicate these needs has a direct impact on employees and your business's bottom line as well. So let's dive in, but first let me ask a quick poll question. Where is the majority of your workforce today? And I'll give just a couple of seconds here for people to click on that. So we see pretty much everybody has their workforce is blended. And frankly, we're no different in that too as PlatCore and as our organizations. We're seeing a lot of that in the marketplace as well. So you're not alone. Well, let's talk a little bit about the hybrid workplace. Well, this workplace has really created an incredible amount of fluidity for many workers. So we're seeing huge numbers of people that are now permanently remote. We also see others that never left their offices. And workers that now have the freedom to choose their workplace. And this leaves many employers struggling to manage this newfound flexibility and fluidity in their workforce. So how are you transitioning? Well, there's a number of ways that people are doing this. So we're seeing a lot of office flexibility, such as work from home or different work locales, including different cities, states, or even countries, and office assignments, or frankly, all of the above. We're also seeing a lot of hours flexibility, such as core hours or time zones as people move to different parts of the world, but still have to connect with other people within their organization. We're also seeing changes around delivery flexibility. Remote working has very much an increased accountability on the employee as there's less managerial oversight, less communication, and things like that between employees, their managers, their colleagues, things like that. So today we're going to talk about how training can help support this fluidity, also keeping your workplace safe and your workplace happy and productive as well. So this brings us to a few ways learning can keep up with these changing needs. First and foremost is safety. You have to ensure your staff are taking needed precautions around returning to the office or coming to the office periodically to ensure that they and others around them are safe. And next is certainly wellness training. We've heard a lot about ergonomics and being able to make sure people are comfortable in their home offices or wherever they happen to be working. But also mental health is now coming to the fore as an important criteria for safety in the workplace. You can also help staff stay productive. So One thing to consider is how can we make sure people are finding what they need and when they want it, as far as being able to access training and access procedures around what they need to do in order to do their jobs. You can also personalize content. So how can we do that to increase engagement by providing information that's going to be relevant to people? So in order to create learning, your learning system needs to be accessing your user data and have additional information so you can personalize that content and make sure it's relevant to people. And as far as being productive, you can also create a library of material and use this opportunity as people are changing jobs and moving around the world to have this library of material as an ongoing reference for future. You also need to make sure that people are compliant. And this is how most people see LMSs, but without in-person training, what needs to be transitioned online to help you maintain your important certifications. This is consideration for sure. And lastly, streamline your training processes. We found that as our customers adopt more efficient training processes, they're able to make their training dollars go further, and also to focus more on strategic initiatives. And lastly, you need to be connected, both in systems and people. So are you able to connect people to training that they want and need and make it easy for learners to quickly and easily complete the required training material? But also when you move common barriers to training, for example, additional logins, multiple training catalogs, lack of mobile access, confusing UIs and the like, you're going to increase employee engagement. And stats have shown that you can improve job retention and satisfaction and more. You're also able to centralize your locations for your training so people have a one-stop shop and they know exactly where to go. It's also easy to deliver updates and communications to your entire company. For example, like the Denver area for our organization, or to all managers or all different departments, like all HR people. You have the ability to do that. And as a native application, we also safely leverage your existing data to create engaging learning experiences. A bit on this later. We'll share some exciting features in our upcoming November release that is going to help drive these great learning experiences. So can your learning system meet the needs for employees, partners, vendors, and customers? I hope they can. But training that can address a diverse audience through flexible, connected, and yes, native consolidated systems, these allow training to meet your learners where they are. And primarily, your systems need to be nimble and flexible. So they need to be flexible to help deliver training exactly the right point in an employee's journey. They need to be personalized to know what is relevant at exactly the right time. And they need to adapt training business processes to your company, to your employee, to customer and vendor, and partner businesses as their needs evolve. So to recap, we need greater flexibility in our learning systems. And this flexibility should give us the ability to stay relevant, provide meaningful learning, and to help meet your learners where they are. So let's look at a few ways to help learners and ways that training can help support your hybrid workplace. So let's talk a little bit about training can help in some of these transitions we're all experiencing right now. So for the workplace, training helps maintain workplace safety and the ability to deliver critical compliance and regulations. You can ensure completion, test comprehension, and track status to ensure your regulatory and ethical compliance requirements are being communicated. Next up, for the workforce, there's additional training which is used to increase productivity, engagement, and connection in ways that are very meaningful to your staff. So managers, trainers, and learners can create content to help provide information that is both fun and helps people connect with each other. So first we'll explore the new needs of both the workplace and the workforce, and we'll show you how some training automation can help manage the overwhelm of meeting these needs. And then we'll share some examples of how you can work across the enterprise to support your ever-changing requirements as well. So first, let's talk about training for the workplace. So maintaining a safe workplace may require changes to the physical space, but it also requires changes in employee behavior. So training helps your staff understand and comply with these new safety procedures, allowing you to reopen and stay open safely. So here are a few ways that training can help support some of these changes. So first, you can manage requests to return. So you can quickly assign safety training to anyone that's coming into an office. And this can be whether it's returning, whether it is like an ongoing return to workplace situation, or it's a contractor or visitor coming for maintenance or a short visit. You can create workflows that require successful completion of the training for badge or security permissions. You can also easily add needed manager approvals, as well as qualifications to requirements, communicate these changes, communicate procedures, communicate seating, etc. You're also able to maintain safety protocols. So as company regulations change, you can easily communicate these new policies or needs around PPE, symptoms, contractor visits, etc. And you can also disseminate geographic or location-specific rules and information. So you can use user data in groups to send out location-specific communications to help keep people informed. So you can provide these updates around safety notifications, including exposure risk, or easing of restrictions. You can also build confidence and visibility into safety of on-site locations. So our return to workplace requires safety and compliance training, as well as communicating how you plan to ensure employee safety. And many employees certainly cannot wait to return to their workplaces, but they need to know it will not put their health or the health of their families at risk. And they need to make sure that they know the links that employers have gone to keep them safe. And they're going to be happier whether they return today or months from now. So let me ask just a quick question. What do you need right now? And also, how are you doing? So if you're still with us here just for a second, that question may have felt really nice, but training is a great way to show care and support for your employees. You can help build a positive company culture and foster a real good sense of community and or feelings of connection. Now, here are just a few ways that training can help maintain a happy and productive workforce as well. So you can support return to work. So you can streamline training into the onboarding process for a repeatable, consistent, and great employee experiences. But you can also provide employee or enterprise-wide company information, departmental welcome messages. You can cultivate manager, developer, and leadership training tracks, as well as curated content, which can all help a new or returning employees feel more connected and informed. Next is career development, including upskilling, reskilling, different roles and different interests. So training can help you retain your top performers, and you can even turn them into your strongest advocates. So educating employees helps them take advantage of also changing work roles or upskilling and reskilling. So you can help support their future plans and interests, as well as growth through groups, training roles, and training plans in your learning system. One stat we found interesting is that the World Economic Forum reports that 42% of the core skills required for jobs is going to change by 2022. When you hear that stat, it's like we all understand that, but 2022 is 2 years away. It's coming at an alarmingly fast clip, and we have to be ready to be able to do that. Next is compliance and certifications. So you can automate compliance training to increase efficiency as well as reduce risk. And just think of all the manual processes that need to take place to ensure your team is compliant. All of these are potential points of failure and can be streamlined into the flow of work. So you can now start to gain real-time enterprise-wide visibility into training progress. And you can even set up automatic hierarchy and escalations around deadlines. You can also transition your existing training online. So moving this existing training online offers a better opportunity to streamline both processes and costs, as well as break down geographic barriers. So you can start to provide digital courses that allow you to leverage the content for years to come as well. So you can create this library of on-demand courses that may have been instructor-led courses before, but now learners can easily reference them. You can also allow users to create courses to grow your institutional knowledge. And online courses obviously can be very engaging and have the additional benefit of being available anytime or anywhere, when you need them. So next is communication. So are you able to deliver corporate communications effectively across the board? So you can create, distribute, and track important company-wide communications, either optionally or required. And you can assign or recommend micro content, as well as set a workflow for successful completion if you need to validate the people responded and received that corporate communication. And lastly is employee wellness. There are many forms that this can take. But we've seen some really great training content around not just ergonomics, but again, mental health, meditation, COVID safety, things like that. This has been a very difficult year for people in many ways. And training may be one of the ways that you're able to offer resources that can help. So I'd like to just perform a little bit of a demo here, but as a reminder, please make sure your media player is active so you can see exactly what we're seeing. And I'm excited to show a bit of our product and how training can be delivered simply and all from the Now platform. There we are. Everybody should now see the screen. So what we're seeing right now is a bit of our product, which is all built on ServiceNow. So this is built in Service Portal, which some of you may know, but let me give you just an orientation about the learner dashboard here, which we're seeing for learning. So what we're seeing is Able Tutor has some ability to see exactly what he's completed to do an overview. Just give a little bit of an overview of Able's courses. But in his courses, he also sees what he's got registered for right now, even what's required, and he can bookmark content, whether that's a course or micro-learning content as well. You have the ability to communicate news, so you can communicate key corporate communications and link out to those specific micro-content pieces whenever you need to make sure that people are seeing the information that they need to see. You can see who's been doing what, and also some training roles. So here you can curate content for Able based on roles that Able has, whether it's roles for today, or Able can also see roles that he might want to take. Maybe he wants to move into a manager or a different type of technical role. You can provide that information so Able sees what courses are going to be relevant for him. So up top, you also see our menu. So what you're seeing right here is the dashboard. You can also see our course catalog, and you can look at this in lots of different ways. Search for it in a variety of ways. And you can see a list view, and you can also see a calendar for instructor-led events and things like that, and make sure those are available to Able. Able can also see his transcripts, as well as being able to self-report his own certifications, and you can even have these validated by managers as well. Able can also do like a one-click download of his transcripts. He can take that to any job that he wants. And of course, Able can see his certificates of completion very easily with a simple click. Let's go find one of the courses here. So this is an LMS example course, just to identify lots of different content types that you have. But inside the course, you can see a lot of different material, including different video types, and we also offer VR and some other types as well. But different document content, so you can actually bring content that you already have, whether it's in a PDF document or a PowerPoint or Word, as well as knowledge base articles, which are already available within the ServiceNow platform. And then you can track that and watch that complete for Able. So there's a lot of material here that's really powerful. And of course, if Able's not quite confident in what he needs, he can search and find courses very, very quickly. Like this is a Garrison DCO platform learning plan. So it's basically a string of courses put together for Able. So that's a very quick overview of the learning portal. But I'd like to switch over to show you a little bit more on the admin side. So while we wanted to make a really easy and engaging experience for learners on the portal side, we also want to see from a company perspective all the information that's going on. So what we're seeing right now as an LMS admin, this is my learning management dashboard. So I'm seeing what's happening throughout the organization. And of course, these are ServiceNow reports, so you can be, click through as you normally would for anything on the dashboard. But we also have multiple roles, and we have tailored dashboards for each of those. So you can really just tailor the information specifically to who needs what. So on the left-hand nav, what we're seeing over here is our menu structure. So we have the ability to manage content, manage your activity, reporting, and then getting you set up. So let's just dive into our content here. So you can manage courses. I'll show you that here briefly. But you can also manage instructor-led events, which is also right now virtual instructor-led events. So you can have links that are associated with things like Zoom or GoToMeeting and whatnot, being able to bring those together, but also learning plans, quizzes and assessments, and training roles. So inside of our course content, here's this LMS example course that we saw. I'll just bring it up to the top here so we can bring that up. And inside of this, we walk you through exactly how to bring a course to life. So you have a little bit of details around the course and what type it is. You can set images and whatnot. But you also set up your properties and categorize them appropriately. You can tie them to certifications that we offer. And you can also have your curriculum here. So we bring all of this into a very easy construct for learning administrators to be able to manage. So you can have different video types, the document content, and you can move these around at will, external content and external links, as well as assessments. So there's a lot of power in this platform right here. And certainly you can preview all that so you can see it exactly as an end user would see it without having to publish it to the course. Inside of activities, we have a lot of power here. So you can certainly manage your entire list of achievements and see what that looks like. But we also have like world-class assignments, and this allows you to bring some really powerful automation into the platform. We'll also help you manage certifications, and having a grade book, managing your news items, any quizzes, and instances that are available, so you can drill down into information about your quizzes, look at your registrations and reviews. Let me just pop into assignments really quickly. So here you're able to select material to assign for both courses, learning plans, and profiles, but you can also select any user groups, any users that you want to. You can even have advanced selections, so you can start to pick out by location or company email or manager, things like that. We also allow you to do dynamic assignments, so you can bring information like when a user changes locales, you can automatically assign specific information for that locale. Same for recurring assignments, where you can set up schedules to have like compliance assignments that are happening every year, maybe every 2 years, things like that, all based on schedules that you can define. Inside of our reporting, we offer about 30 reports out of the box based on what customers have told us that they want. But the reality is, since all of your data is available on the Now platform, you can make as many reports or modify these as you need to, and that's all within your control for everything that you need there. As you can see down below for the system administrator manager, you can see Abel's IT security awareness training that he's got. This is all available right inside the platform. And certainly we want to make it easy for you guys to be able to get set up. So we offer a guided setup, which we've always been really successful getting people implemented and live quickly. But now we just want to make sure that we walk people through the steps from installation to branding to properties to notifications to other activities they might need to perform. And usually this stuff takes place where you can get it done very, very quickly, usually within a few hours. So in addition to having your platform on your learning platform on the Now platform, which is obviously very powerful, and we're a standalone application, the ability to bring information into other modules is actually even more impressive. So we help you maximize your current investment in ServiceNow with learning for sure, but everything becomes more powerful. Like as just an example for the safe workplace applications, what I just clicked on was a health and safety status update for Sean. And you can see, here's Sean. He's got his stuff cleared within the health and safety application. But you can also tie the learning back directly into that specific portal, which is a ServiceNow portal, which we just threw our training right on top of it. So you can see that Sean also has completed his COVID-19 updates, all within the exact same application from a safety perspective that you may already be using. And I promised to show just a little bit of our upcoming release here, which is actually going to be shipped out in probably about 2-3 weeks. But what we're seeing right now is our Discovery Center, and we wanted to provide a more immersive experience for people to be able to see information. So we curate content and recommend information based on like maybe what's newest or popular, but also because they may have taken a course with different other categories and things like that. And this is what we refer to a recommendation engine, which really brings kind of a scrolling and immersive experience similar to like a Netflix or Amazon Prime experience. And we're also able now to deliver micro content. So these can be very specific, short hit videos that people need to know to do a job, or maybe a communication from an executive about what they need to return to work. There are lots of powerful features that we can do with the new micro content and recommendation construct, which we're excited to be bringing to market. So obviously we'd like to show you a little bit more over a period of time, but let me return back to our presentation here. So I hope that quick demonstration just gives a little bit of an overview of some of the capabilities of the PlatCore LMS. And to be honest, we haven't even come close to scratching any of the surface. The beauty of the solution really lies in the elegance of the end user experience, coupled with the capabilities and the deep ties into ServiceNow. So we showed briefly some of the portals tied to Safe Workplace application, but also incorporated learning directly into the flow of work. And this is made possible really through our native and connected learning solutions, which is 100% built on Now. So also this native connected learning within ServiceNow allows some really deep ties to other applications and other workflows within ServiceNow. So learning can be leveraged by these 100% custom solutions that you may have already built for your company. So the native learning experience allows you to bring learning into applications that you already use. And the seamless extension then supports the hybrid workplace in some really unique ways. And I'd like to share just some examples of ServiceNow applications as well that are even better with PlatCore. And what's more important is how we help support that hybrid workplace. So the PlatCore learning solutions support your hybrid workplace and seamlessly tie into ServiceNow Safe Workplace apps. So you may already be using some of these applications within your company, but when you tie learning to the Safe Workplace apps, you're able to deliver your most critical training to employees, to customers, to partners, all directly from within those applications. So we can bring some unique capabilities to the apps and help bring even more value to your hybrid workplace. Specifically, we're going to provide a lot more clarity so you can get enterprise-wide visibility into employee interest and well-being, but you can also clarify changing learning needs to provide what employee needs and exactly when they need it. You also integrate nicely with workflows, so you can ensure completion of workflows training, with workflows that automate building access, or perhaps use training groups to deliver updated regulatory requirements as well. And certainly you get the ability to manage your health even more effectively than we already do with the Safe Workplace apps. So you can maintain safe and open workplaces by communicating and verifying compliance with the latest health and safety protocols. And you're also able to ensure clear and consistent communication using either our new micro content or course capabilities, and frankly, in any format that you want, whether that's video, PowerPoint, or KB articles, things like that. And these Safe Workplace apps are really enhanced with learning seamlessly connected to already deployed applications, all with minimal fuss. So if you leverage also HRSD, or Human Resource Service Delivery, tying learning with the HR product suite is pretty much a no-brainer to unlock efficiencies with your organization for onboarding. And not bringing onboarding training to life. So you can bring training into lifecycle events and more. So you can further leverage your existing ServiceNow investment to simplify learning, but also put learning into the flow of work very directly and optimize the learner experience there as well. So in addition, you can use the HRSD suite and our application to gain visibility into your organization's learning, no matter where your learners are. So when you bring learning into the HR suite, you really do bring that training into the flow of work for your remote, hybrid, or on-site workers, which helps you increase your efficiency and gain, again, more comprehensive visibility into your learning environment by removing some of the siloed and antiquated learning systems that are out there. So ServiceNow also lets you build some really amazing workflows, but you can extend these workflows, which lets you embed learning, again, into the flow of that workflow for any lifecycle event, whether that's an onboarding or a promotion or a relocation or just annual compliance training. And while there are many good operational reasons to bring learning into your HRSD solution, it goes well beyond that. So the Intelligent Discovery Center, which you saw, leverages advanced analytics as well to deliver a customized and connected learning experience. So by bringing learning into your ServiceNow-based HRSD solutions, you can help your organization maximize their investment and become even more valuable to certainly both the organization, but also to your employees. And also for your hybrid workplace, you can't forget about your partners, customers, and vendors also in addition to your employees. So by coupling the customer service management module with learning, this allows you to bring learning into the extended enterprise seamlessly as well. So by leveraging CSM with your training, you can extend your enterprise to enhance customer service with a seamless learning experience and learning solution for your customers, partners, vendors, as well as even citizens. So when your support and training are as simple as possible, your customers will be raving fans from day one. And we've known that about customer support for a long time, so I'm not saying anything new there. But even partners and customers that have mandatory training requirements, you can now verify that those requirements and that training gets completed with workflows that route customers to a variety of entitlements. And this can be product access or group or increased security access as well. So learning with CSM and other applications really helps empower learners to find answers to some common requests. So regardless of the time of day, they can proactively resolve common support requests themselves and free up their agents to support to focus on other critical needs. So our CSM plus our learning solution has supported some customers provided e-learning to their sales channel partners, but they've had to reduce travel and on-site visits, which is obviously very difficult right now. And they were way ahead of the COVID curve and are now able to reduce their travel costs to near zero while providing the training and information that their sales partners need to keep selling their products. It's really impactful. So I hope you can have a little bit better understanding to see how the power of native learning can make your ServiceNow investment significantly more important for you, more important for your company, and also more important for your employees as we help support your hybrid workplace. So we covered a lot of ground today. And I know it can be a little bit overwhelming, but as you leave today, I'd like to leave you with really 3 items. First, the new hybrid workplace is fluid. So supporting this hybrid workplace requires being flexible as your workplace and workforce become far more fluid faster than any of us expected. And next is that training can help ease the pain of managing the fluidity and can help both the company workplace become a safer, more welcoming place, and also address the very real needs of your workforce who's in desperate need of communication clarity, connection to others, and also still has desires and aspirations in their career. So training can help. And also training through native connected systems helps bring training content and records and applications into tools that you're already using today. So this helps bring training into the flow of work, providing even a more curated training at precisely the right time for an employee. And all of these things together do help support your hybrid workplace. So we'd love to help you learn a little bit more. And we, PlatCore as well as ServiceNow, has a number of resources available. But you can think about if you know the impact of your learning program. So we're finding an overwhelming number of companies are not actively tracking learning metrics today. And frankly, they're light years away from showing an ROI in learning. But released just today, our latest ebook, which is Building Your Employee Learning Metrics, will help you track those metrics and learn how to begin making the case for greater innovation and automation in training and learning development. So we'd offer that to you, and we'll send out some links here after the webinar for sure. So we've come to the end of our presentation here, and I would like to thank everybody for joining us today. We saved some time for questions, so I'll give everybody a moment to put those in the Q&A. But Lauren, do you have any questions that have been submitted?
Yeah, hi John. I have 2 questions that have come through so far. The first one, are there limitations to the applications you can integrate with in the platform?
So that's fantastic, and it ties to a lot of the value that we really provide. But there are no limitations. So for our application, we don't hide our data. We don't limit what you can tie to. We actually want you to be able to bring that into your existing workflows and your existing business processes. So we make no limitations on that. So the sky's really the limit as far as how you'd like to tie training into your existing processes with PlatCore and ServiceNow.
Thanks for that, John. Another question actually came through about limitations. What kind of limitation does PlatCore have compared with other learning management systems that are on the market?
That's an interesting question. It's a broad one, to be honest. But different learning management systems all have different strengths and weaknesses. We, by being tied to the platform, are unique in that and how we can bring training into your existing infrastructure. Other learning solutions that are out there do some other things a little bit differently, like they may have more social aspects than PlatCore does. But it really depends on the system. And frankly, learning platforms are very fragmented, and there's many of them out there. And they all have some of their strengths and weaknesses for sure. But we like the ability to be able to tie back to an existing platform because we know a whole bunch about your end users based on your user criteria and users that are already in the system. So we like to be able to deliver that very quickly. So some of our bread and butter definitely is around automation, being able to consolidate and driving that ROI there. And that's one of the uniquenesses that we have with PlatCore.
Thanks, John. The next question. I think I saw that you had a paid app on the ServiceNow store, and that's correct. But we had roughly 30 custom tables that it used. That means the app comes with 30 custom tables, so I should not need to use custom tables from my pool. Is that correct?
Oh, that's correct. So it's a little bit of a licensing question, but by being on the store and being a paid application, the platform runtime licensing and other items that let you use our application don't require you to purchase any more tables for our application, things like that. That's actually already done for you through our relationship with ServiceNow and the ability to have that paid app on the store.
Thanks, John. Then the next question, can you tell me the difference about Now Learning and the PlatCore system?
Sure. So Now Learning is a system which ServiceNow uses to deliver training to some of their other developer community and things like that, and developing the system there. The differences between that and PlatCore is PlatCore really treats Now Learning as an external link, and it would be something that you could put inside of PlatCore to where you can link out to Now Learning and track it, where PlatCore is on your own system. So while Now Learning is managed and developed obviously by ServiceNow, the PlatCore solution is really something that you would be able to bring into your own platform and use for your own needs there versus the ServiceNow training.
Thanks, John. These are really great questions. The next one that's come through, for customers that have already invested in other LMS platforms or sometimes multiple other LMS platforms, can PlatCore integrate alongside these other platforms?
Yes, and we actually do that with a number of our customers as well for different reasons. And yeah, we've seen companies, especially large organizations, they might have a half dozen different LMS platforms out there, and we can either integrate with them directly. We use a REST API. We're a very open system, and intentionally so we can work with other LMS platforms, but also other HRIS platforms, whether that's a Workday or things like that as well. So we pride ourselves on being very open with our data and making that available, both sending it and receiving it from other platforms.
Thanks. The next question that's come through, is it possible to do a trial version? And are there any restrictions with the global rollout?
So on the first one, we do offer a trial directly through the ServiceNow store, and it's generally limited to 30 days. And if you do that, we'd love the ability to help you, get up and running and have a good, successful trial experiences. I'm not sure I quite understand the global rollout, but we do provide no limitations on the trial experience as well, except it just has to be in the sub-production instances. But there's no difference as far as production versus non-production as far as functionality goes.
Great, thank you. The next question that's come through, what are the transitioning times you are seeing for large pre-existing learning management systems?
So honestly, it varies widely by organization. I mentioned that we can get up very quickly from a technical perspective, literally within hours, and get up and going successfully. what our best implementations that we've seen generally take additional time to make sure you migrate information from those other platforms into the PlatCore system. And we're able to do that very effectively, for sure. We like to say it's like our best implementations, so tend to take between 6 and 8 weeks, mostly just because you want to make sure that you have the appropriate change management and can communicate that change out when you're migrating from other large platforms, and just to respect that change within your organization, be able to manage that effectively. But it's more of a change management than a technical challenge, honestly.
Thanks, John. The next question, do you offer CLE compliance tracking?
Yeah, so CLE, I'm assuming they mean like basically continuing education units. They're called a number of different things, but I want to make sure if I'm not answering that correctly, let me know, and please follow up with the center on that. But we do track continuing education units associated with courses as well. So if somebody needs ADCUs or things like that for a specific certification to manage that, and I know PMP does that, and many others do that too. We do track that with our courses and our achievements.
Fantastic. And it looks like this might be the last question that's come through. How do I book a demo to look at PlatCore in more detail?
So that's fantastic. So we'd love to be able to show you that. You can book a demo directly through our website at platcore.com and request that. So you can get both a video demo if you'd like to look at that in more detail. But if you'd like to look with an in-person and tailored demonstration, please also reach out to sales@platcore.com, and we'll make sure we get back with you on that as well.
I would also add to that, in the resources in the On24 system, there's a link to a 16-minute demo that you can see. It's a recorded demo. So if we can do something more than that, please do reach out and let us know. All right, one more question that's come through. Is there training available for the learning management system management teams? Those would be the ones building the training content, et cetera.
For sure. So we took a novel approach to this, and we're a learning platform. So we actually built in learning videos for all different roles. So your LMS administrative roles, your LMS managers, your trainers, as well as users. So we have videos available that walk you through all of our steps within the learning platform to help you deliver not only certainly training to your end users, but also make sure your learning team is successful with that implementation. So we ship that right with the product.
Thanks, John. Those are all of the questions that have come through at this point.
That is awesome. And thank you, everybody, for your engagement. I personally enjoy the rapid fire questions. We're proud of what we do here. So thank you for your engagement in that. But I'd also like to thank ServiceNow, and certainly our partner manager and friend, Cindy Lai. So thank you both. Thank you, everybody, for hosting us today. And we appreciate that opportunity to work with your teams to share examples of how training can support your hybrid workplace. But if anyone has any follow-up questions, we'd be happy to answer those via email, or certainly schedule a follow-up to talk more about your organization's needs. And as a reminder, we'll send out the recording of this presentation, as well as some other resources here in the next few days. And with that, we greatly thank you for spending your time with us, and we really do appreciate it. We know it's an investment. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes today's webinar, and thank you, PlatCore, for your time and everyone for joining. Have a great day.